UK's most chilling phone calls made to the police.
Emergency. Someone just threw a big funky slab through that window now. Because it's just happened, it's gone in on the priority, so that's within the hour, certainly. Still knocking about. Alright then, thanks very much. Okay. I'll be waiting.
This might sound like a routine police call, but it was from one of the most wanted men in the UK at the time. His time as a wanted man was running out, and this was part of his callous plan to lure police officers to his home so he could kill them. As always, trigger warning. His name was Dale Cregan, and he was well known and feared, especially in Greater Manchester. He just committed 2 murders in 2012 and was on the run from the police when on the 18th of September 2012, he made this call to the police using a fake name and giving a fake story that his window had been bricked. He knew his time on the run was up, and in one last act of evil, he lured police officers to his home with this fake story so that he could kill them in an act of revenge. Cregan was a well-known drug dealer, and he'd lost an eye. He claims it was in a fight in Thailand, but it's theorised that it might have been gang-related. He really was up there with some of the most dangerous gangsters and criminals in the country. He'd started out as a drug dealer at a young age and graduated to harder drugs over the years. He committed 2 murders in 2012 when he entered a pub looking for a man named David Short. So without going into too much detail on the backstory, I believe that David Short was some sort of rival of one of Dale's associates. So Dale and accomplices were out to get revenge on David Short when they entered the pub armed that fateful day. When entering the pub, Dale couldn't find David. It was because he was in the toilet, so Dale began shooting at his family members instead. 7 shots are fired, 4 of David's family members are aimed at, and David's son Mark is hit fatally in the chest. David returns from the toilet to his son dying on the floor. Dale flees the scene and then plans to continue with his plot to still kill David, so sometime later, Dale goes to David's house where David was moving furniture from his car into the house. Dale and his accomplice chase David through the house, shooting him with a Glock semi-automatic pistol. As David struggled for his last few breaths, Cregan threw a hand grenade at him. So after this, Cregan is a wanted man. His posters are all over the UK. There's a £50,000 reward for information leading to his whereabouts, and he was considered a national threat. So after almost 40 days on the run in hiding, Dale made that phone call that we just listened to. 2 female officers attended the address, PC Nicola Hughes, who was 23 years old, and Fiona Bone, who was 32. They thought that they were going to a low-level crime, a couple of teenagers bricking a window. Instead, before they could even react, as they walked up the drive, Dale shot at them. As the women lay helpless, he threw a hand grenade at them in another act of evil. I believe he then drove himself at high speed to a police station where he handed himself in. Cregan claimed that the police had been harassing his family while he'd been on the run, and this was his revenge. He was transferred to prison with multiple cars following, helicopters, the full works. This was like something you'd see on Line of Duty, guys, because there was such a huge risk that he would somehow escape. He had the connections, and he ended up getting a rare whole life order and remains in high security prison.